All right, let's just jump right in. We're talking about the psychology of being too helpful. And you probably know exactly what I mean. Have you ever been in a situation where you just can't stand to watch someone else struggle? You walk into a room, you can practically taste the tension, someone's in a bad mood, and your first instinct, it's almost automatic, right, is to step in, to smooth things over, to solve it, to make it better. It's a powerful drive, but man, is it exhausting.
So, I want to start with a question for you, a really direct one. Just think for a second about your life, your friends, your family, your job. Are you carrying weight that isn't even yours to carry? Are you shouldering the emotional baggage of other people even when they never asked you to?
And here's the really wild part. It's the massive disconnect between how people see you and how you actually feel. On the outside, you look like a hero, right? This incredibly helpful, super reliable person. But on the inside, it is a totally different story. This quote just nails it. While the world sees a helpful person, you feel a quiet, growing exhaustion. If that hits home for you, just know you are so not alone in this.
Because, you see, this isn't just about being a nice person. It goes way deeper. It's a complex psychological pattern, and it's all about emotional regulation. What that really means is you've learned that if you can just manage everyone else's feelings, then and only then can you finally feel okay. It's a way to feel safe, to feel in control. So let's break down why this actually happens.
So, the first piece of the puzzle is basically a superpower that started to work against you. It's called mapping the emotional atmosphere. Think of yourself as a human radar. You walk into a room and boom, you just know. You feel the vibe before anyone says a thing. You catch the tiny shifts, that smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes, the slight hesitation in someone's voice. A lot of times this is learned way back in childhood, especially if things were unpredictable. You had to read the room to stay safe. But here's the key. You don't just notice these moods, you absorb them.
And that leads us right into the next crucial point, emotional contagion. See, for a lot of people, empathy is just about understanding. Oh, I see you're sad, that must be tough. But for you, it's different. It's like their emotions literally leak into your own system. It's a full-body experience. Their sadness doesn't just stay in their head, it becomes a feeling in your own body.
And let's get real about what that feels like. Someone else's stress isn't just their problem anymore. Suddenly, it's that tight feeling in your chest. It's that knot in your stomach. It's heavy, it's uncomfortable, and of course, your first instinct is to fix them. You're desperately trying to get this awful feeling out of your own body, a feeling that you picked up from them in the first place.
So you can probably see where this is all going, right? There is a very high cost to this kind of kindness. This constant need to support others, to carry their burdens for them. It almost always leads to you diminishing yourself. It's like you're a battery, and you're letting everyone else charge their phones with your energy. And after a while, what's left for you?
And this is where that disconnect we talked about becomes really painful. To everyone around you, you're low maintenance. You're the easy one, the rock, the supporter. But inside, it feels completely different. You feel unseen. You're not actually low maintenance. You're just not being maintained at all. Your own needs start to feel like a huge burden, so you just push them down, dim your own light so that theirs can shine a little brighter.
You know, this doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow burn straight to burnout, and it kind of happens in stages. First, you adjust. You make yourself a little smaller, a little softer, just to keep the peace. Then you start to tolerate things. You give way more second chances than people probably deserve just to hold a relationship together. All the while, you're taking notes. You're quietly noticing who actually listens and who just talks over you. And finally, you hit a wall. You detach. You reach this point of accumulative detachment, where all those little slights add up and you just silently check out. The relationship might look the same from the outside, but on the inside, you've already packed your bags and left.
Okay, that was a lot. I know it can sound pretty heavy, but this is the turning point. This is where things start to shift. We're going to talk about a new framework, a new way of thinking about all of this. It's about finding a way to have all of that incredible empathy, but without losing yourself in the process.
And let me be crystal clear about this. The solution is not to stop caring. It's not about building walls or becoming some cold, unemotional robot. No way. Your sensitivity is a strength. It's a superpower. We're not trying to get rid of it. We're just learning how to use it so it doesn't completely drain you. So what do? Well, the whole thing can boil down to one simple, ridiculously powerful question. A question you can ask yourself in that split second when you feel that old pull to jump in and fix everything. And that question is simply, is this actually mine? Is this emotion? Is this problem? Is this weight? Is it actually mine to carry?
Just pausing to ask that question, it can change everything.
See, asking that question helps you anchor your sensitivity instead of being swept away by it. And anchoring it means giving yourself permission to care deeply, really deeply, without having to completely merge with someone else's pain. You need to give yourself permission to have your own needs and to take up space. And maybe the biggest one of all, you are allowed to let other people handle their own weights. It's theirs. You don't have to carry it for them.
And that brings us to this final thought, which just captures this new way of being so perfectly. Sometimes the most helpful thing you can do is to simply witness someone's struggle without trying to carry it for them. Think about the power in that. True help isn't always fixing. Sometimes it's just presence. It's witnessing. It's about allowing others the dignity of their own journey while you fiercely protect your own. So let me just leave you with this. What would change for you if you decided to just witness instead of carry?